Okay guys, this is a really late night video. It's well past my bedtime, but I really want to make it. In this video, I want to show you an example of using named anchors. So that's basically an anchor tag on your HTML form that you click that navigates to the same part of the page that links to an ID using somewhat of hash routing or something like that. So let's jump into the code and I'll show you how it works. Great, we're going to create a quick little HTML form. So let's create a directory. In this example here, I'm using emit. Emit allows me to generate all this boilerplate here. Great, now we're going to use emit to generate some random link tags. After, we'll just create the headers real quickly, and we'll be able to distribute them properly. Great, let's create those random list tags just to generate content on the HTML page. And I just need to look up some emit to see how I do that. Great, this is the extent of our HTML file over here. So we've got all this text here. I just realized it was too small for you to see, so I'll make it bigger. And the idea is we've got this title here, we've got these two anchor tags here which we'll click, and then we will be able to be navigated to where the headers are positioned. So let's build this page up, and what we can do is we can use npx. So you'll see I've just played around with this before, and you can see the time is almost 11:30, but if you've got npx live server, you'll see that the live server, what it will do is, npx won't install this package. What it will do instead is, it will download a version of the package just to run it temporarily, rather than having to install it onto my machine. So I'll bring the page over here actually, and you'll see that it's probably not enough text actually to generate. So what I could do is I just make it a bit bigger. There we go. So you can see I've got all this text here, the lorem ipsum text, and we've got the headers here. So when I click on here, it would, oh actually I need to change the names here actually, so let me just fix that real quick. So I'll show you what I'm fixing. So over here, this should be a hash. So I'll explain what's actually going on. So what actually is, this is an anchor tag. Typically anchor tag takes you to a different resource from the server. If we append this hash here, what will happen is, it will actually invoke, it's called I think a named anchor. And what happens is it will go to where the ID is, where it matches this ID on the HTML tag. So if we go down here, we'll see that in this example here, the ID header 1 links to this sort of hash, this hash here, and then something to do with URL hashes, that's not being passed through the server. The browser can look at that and then go to that particular ID. So let's bring this across here, and you'll see we've got these two tags here. So if I go to move to header 1, it'll take us to header 1. You'll see if we can scroll all the way back up, that takes us to the top. And if I click here, move to header 2, it'll take us to where header 2 is. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you a trick where to make the scrolling a lot smoother rather than just jumping, because it's not very nice. So let's include some code to make it better for being able to navigate. So we can add a link tag here. This link, and I'll probably need to look up some documentation on this as well. So you can see here we created a page called styles, and I'll just create a p tag just to show you the difference. So we'll make this color blue. And what we'll do is I won't save everything yet. I'll bring this across so we can kind of see it in action, hopefully. And we'll see if I can do dark. I think dark blue is a color. I'll leave it as blue. Anything happen? Nothing's happened. Let me just debug that. So P. Cool, there we go. Now everything is turned to blue. You can see everything now is blue. So that fixed it. And what we want to do is, we can actually invoke this thing called scroll behavior. So if I go here, type in HTML, and go scroll behavior, and we split it smooth. let's just bring this across. Now if I click on here, fingers crossed this works. Whoops. If I click this here, you see now it scrolls nice and smoothly. Click it there, it scrolls down there smoothly. Great, so thanks for sticking this far into the video. I hope you found it quite interesting and useful. The idea is behind named anchors and being able to scroll smoothly without using any JavaScript. We had an implementation before where we were using JavaScript to use the behavior to scroll to a particular part of the page, but now that's all built into the browser. So if anything, I think the learning lesson here is try and lean in on the built-in browser features rather than relying on JavaScript, which makes your code a little bit better, a bit cleaner, less flaky, because sometimes JavaScript may not work. Some devices may not be, may have JavaScript, which is quite rare, but may not have JavaScript enabled, or JavaScript isn't really performant on some machines. So you kind of want to lean into the browser features and using HTML and CSS in this regard. Anyway, let me know if you've got any questions, if this is useful. Thanks for watching, and stay focused and talk soon.